welcome to the first WIFFY.
Woohoo! WIFFY.
Now, if you don't know what WIFFY stands for,
Not Zeus.
yeah, it's not him, although he is sometimes.
Very.
It's a week in food for you. So news, events, etc. for the last week, or 2 weeks if we drag it out a bit. And we don't do it weekly. Depends if there's enough to let you know about. So, a week in food for you. WIFFY.
What are you going to do when it's 2 weeks? Will it be fiffy?
Twiffy. Right. So, first off, if you celebrated it, even if you're not Scottish, happy Burns night for last night.
Yes.
And we're late because we're having our haggis, neeps and tatties tonight because we did a live stream last night and a live taste test. If you're not subscribed, subscribe so you get notifications of the live streams. And going on to Burns night, you're going to tell them what you know about haggis while I drink my coffee.
Oh, haggis. Ooh. Do they really want to know?
Tell them about Burns night first.
Burns night. The first Burns night supper was held in 1801 in July, when 9 of Robert Burns' friends got together to mark the 5th anniversary of the poet's death. Oh, that's nice. It took place at Burns Cottage in Alloway, and the night included a feast of haggis, performances of Burns' work, and a speech, which we now know as the Immortal Memory. I'm not reading that. That's massive. The traditional menu that was served up on that night, it consisted of 3 courses.
Not all haggis.
No, not all haggis. I've lost a bit. Hold on, there we are. A thick creamy soup of smoked haddock, potatoes and onions called Cullen skink.
That is nice.
It's commonly served to guests before the star of the occasion is plated up.
If you've never tried Cullen skink, try it because it's really nice.
What does it say on here? Potatoes, onions, it's only the same as up there, smoked haddock. The great chieftain of the pudding race, as Burns famously called it, is the haggis and is the main course. It's served alongside neeps, mashed turnips, and tatties, mashed potatoes. We don't have turnips, do we? We have swede.
We've got swede, yeah. Turnips, as I know them, are the white ones.
Yeah, as far as I know they are.
Which I would have got, but you told me no, we have to have the yellow ones.
I've always had yellow ones. As a kid, we had the yellow ones.
So I do actually prefer the white ones, the sweeter.
No, I don't. And to round off the meal, you would have clooty pudding. I hope I've said that right. And it's a cross between a carrot cake and a fruit cake, filled with raisins, sultanas, cinnamon and treacle.
I'm afraid you can keep that to yourself. Because I don't like raisins, I don't like sultanas.
Stop there. To wash it all down, the supper would be accompanied by a glass of Scotch whisky for true authenticity.
Well, you're not keeping that to yourself.
You don't. What is haggis?
Right, now, if you're squeamish,
turn off.
Go and make a brew while we tell you what's in haggis. But, now, I'll go into my thoughts on it after.
Okay. It's roughly a football-shaped savoury pudding.
I don't
I'd
know.
say it's a rugby ball.
All I can say is, right, I'm going to get slated for this.
Don't mention Scottish football.
Yeah, is it any wonder that you never get to the Euros if you're playing with a football that shape? Mm-hmm. I'm joking.
Haggis is traditionally sheep's offal, mixed with onion, oatmeal, suet, and a heady mix of spices, all inside the stomach of the animal, which it isn't anymore. It's all synthetic, or most of it is. It might sound less than appetising, but the result is widely considered to have a hearty texture and a delicious peppery flavour.
You never told them what the offal was?
No.
Tell them.
Offal's awful.
They need to know if they're going to try.
You've not heard that phrase? Offal's awful. Heart, liver, and lung.
It's basically if you don't like liver and onions, don't be put off trying this because it doesn't taste strong of the liver and heart, lung, all this lot. It's just basically a different part of the animal.
It even says, look, nowadays, haggises, I didn't realise that was such a word.
We actually said this Saturday. I was saying, what's
like
the plural
sausages.
of haggis?
Haggises. Haggis with ES on the end. Usually have an artificial casing. And popular vegetarian and meat-filled versions are sold in Scottish supermarkets all year round.
Well, and sold in the UK now as well. In the UK and England.
I can't read them Scottish phrases, my goodness. Alright, let's start at the top. The reason we eat haggis on Burns Night is likely down to the man himself, Robert Burns, the second national bard, Scotland's national bard, Robert Rabbie Burns. There's a photo, but it's over here. In his lifetime, haggis would have been highly nourishing and very cheap meal for poor families to prepare. In one of his most famous poems, his address to haggis, Burns humorously celebrates his love for the humble delicacy. That's massive. I'm not reading all that. That's the poem. It's pages and pages. That's it.
So,
it tastes good.
If you've not tried haggis, just try it. You've got to say you've tried it once, and don't be put off because you think you're not going to like it before you even try it. It's not really. It's quite rich in taste, but it tastes nice.
And in how filling it is, you don't need very much. When you buy it, it fits in your hand. You think, oh, that's not very big, but it is filling, very filling.
And there's a lot of people that I speak to at the store, and I'll say, "Do you like haggis?" "Ooh, no." "Do you like faggots?" "Yeah, I like them." "Well, you've got liver and stuff in faggots."
Yeah.
It's like
Both
England's
same,
version
really.
of an haggis.
Yeah, it's full of rubbish.
But you eat that, so try it. It's just you're using the bits of the animal that just get slung or put into dog food and stuff, and just to use it up. So if you're gonna eat meat, just
why not eat all of it? Yeah. Why waste it? Having said that, don't really like pig's trotters.
Well, no, I wouldn't eat anything like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, but
I would if it had more meat on it, but how fiddly.
I'd probably try it, but I have to have a shed load of chilli sauce on it.
It's just
So
pork.
that's your haggis Burns Night sorted.
Yeah.
If you've not tried it, try it this week. Just get one and just have a tablespoon and
They're not that expensive. A couple of quid, isn't it?
and disguise it if you don't want to eat it as it is. Put it in a curry. Haggis curry is really nice.
Yeah, we have had that.
Just cook it in the microwave, mash it up, and then add it to your sauce like you would mince, and it's nice, rich. And I assume, with it being liver and stuff, it's really good for you as well.
I imagine it's got a lot of iron and what have you in it.
So that's your Burns Night done.
Yep.
Next, now these are old stories, but I come across them when I was looking, and I've never heard of these. So if you have heard of them, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's called the Dossage. I think that's how you pronounce it. Dausage. And it's actually, there's also cronuts.
They got to be a form of donut.
The worst sounding invention we've heard is, a sausage being crossed with a donut. That's a cronut. And it's a sausage with jam in it.
Ugh. No.
The Dossage came out of a year of Liam experimenting with donuts after being inspired by the cronut trend. It's a croissant mixed with a donut, by the way. That's a cronut. Well, it wouldn't be too bad. Croissants and
At least
donuts.
they're both Swedish.
So, he began with pork with strawberry and Cumberland with raspberry.
Imagine with jam, pork sausage, not jam, apple. Wouldn't be too bad.
Contrary to many other people's expectations, they work really well together.
Really?
So, that's an old story. I don't know if you can still get them. Cronuts. I'll show you a quick picture of one. Just that. I just think that sounds wrong.
But you don't eat pineapple on your pizza.
No. I mean,
someone who does might like that.
if it was chili jam, like the Morrison's one we like, that might be okay with the meat. But not
Spicy one.
sweet strawberry and raspberry jam and sausage. No, it just sounds
It's
wrong.
not right.
So if you've come across these, let us know what you thought and let us know if you can still get them, because I'd never seen them before. Another one that I assume is quite old, Pizza Hut's hot dog crust. Now this sounds nice. Which is, and I think you can get these in supermarkets now, Aldi's do one I think, which we're going to try. So you've got a sausage all the way around your pizza and the pastry is wrapped over it. So you've got a hot dog stuffed crust. pizza.
Oh yeah, because we thought that one the other day that we saw was what, but it wasn't. It just had hot dogs on it, didn't it?
Yeah. Now, this is way back in 2012 when it was debuting in America. And they were hoping to bring it back then. So I don't know if they still do it at Pizza Hut. And this one, I just thought, we'll say this. I don't know how old this is, but it's still going to be relevant today, I imagine. Which is gross stuff in your food.
After just talking about haggis.
Right, this is the latest food news story doing the rounds in America. The FDA, which is the Food and Drug Administration. I'm not going to even go into them because of the amount of trouble they cause over there with stuff, especially vaping. Right, this is acceptable levels of disgusting poo finding its way into people's mouths. Canned tomatoes are allowed to contain up to 50 fly eggs.
Ugh. Ugh.
Not something on your eye there. Yeah,
Go on.
you've been sleeping, haven't you?
I wish.
Half a cup of frozen spinach is allowed to house 50 tiny bugs. Just shows you when you say, I don't want haggis, because what's in it?
Yeah.
But you don't know what you're actually eating. If you're into prunes, then 5% of them can be insect-filled, mouldy or unfit for eating. Peanut butter can contain 30 insect parts per 3.5 tablespoons.
Oh, and I just thought it was crunchy peanuts.
And if you're thinking, yeah, well, that's in America. While this is the American FDA we're talking about, it's a pointed reminder of our own acceptable defect levels, because it's pretty much the same over here. We allow around 60 insect fragments per 100 grams of chocolate.
Oh, that might make the diet go well.
Is that food for thought or not food for thought?
Yeah.
Bet you wish you had to watch that now. So it just shows you, when you say, I don't want to eat that, it's gross, but you don't know what you're actually eating. Just because you don't know about it, then you eat it.
At least if it's fresh and you've prepared it yourself, you can see if there's any nastiness in it.
So next, this is a bit... right, I just saw this and just thought there's one comment I wanted to make. You know, you must have heard it on the news by now. Cut meat and dairy intake by a fifth, report urges. People should cut the amount of beef, lamb and dairy produce they eat by a fifth to combat climate change, a report says. It says public bodies should lead the way by offering plant-based options with all meals. But it says if people don't cut consumption willingly, taxes on meat and dairy might be needed. Yet another excuse to make money. Blame it on the climate. Right, they were saying there's a host of measures to cut greenhouse gas emissions from the countryside. Now, I agree with cutting the emissions because I can't see anyone, except a certain idiot that runs the most powerful nation, who denies that climate change exists just so he can whack his eating up in all his mansions and buildings and drive around in a gas guzzler and don't care if it does exist because we're long gone for it naps up the planet. But anyway, others include increasing UK forestry cover from 13% to at least 17% by 2050 and restoring at least half of upland peat bogs. Now, it says a quarter of global emissions come from food. 26%, that's not a quarter, that's just over. But other greenhouse gas emissions, 74%. More than half of food emissions come from animal products. Half of all farmed animal emissions come from beef and lamb. So what they're saying is basically eat less red meat. But this bit that I wanted to comment on, the committee says land use, that's farms, forests and peatland, accounted for 12% of total UK greenhouse gas emissions in 2017. By 2050, it says farmers and land. This is all, by the way, which I didn't say, from BBC. So we're not making this up. It's BBC. Not BBC making it up. It's from BBC, their website. By 2050, it says farmers and land managers must reduce these emissions by almost 2/3 for the UK to meet its targets. New forests, it urges, should be funded by a levy on greenhouse gas emitting industries such as aviation. Increasing forestry, the report says, will provide woods for recreation, clean the air, filter water and capture floodwaters on the land. I wanted to make a point on that, which is the last one we're doing on this. If you want to keep planting forests, because, there's not enough forests, why don't you stop cutting the things down and building houses on them? Because we need houses. There's not enough houses for people.
Where have they gone?
I don't want to get political or anything like that, but to me, if there weren't so many people here, you wouldn't need so many houses. Where are they all coming from? And that's all I'm going to say on that. And then you'd have more trees, wouldn't you? Well, that's getting political side, which I'm not going to do. So, well, that was my answer on that anyway. Stop whinging about it and do something about it then.
It's okay that we have to watch what we're eating and cut down and everything else. So what about the big whacking great factories and the electric companies where you see it belching out the top? Me buying a new fridge isn't going to make any difference if that's still happening. And yes, you're right. Let's leave that there.
So drop your comments in below on anything, by the way. Sensible comments as well. Now, we're going on to food trends. This is the 2020 food trends everyone's going to be talking about, are they?
That's what I think it is.
Right, yes. So, the first one on here, I am not going to say it because YouTube are very funny about it and the video might get struck. So, yeah. I will say the phonetic version, which is Charlie Bravo Dexter.
Dexter? Delta?
And it's a derivative from... and it's an oil. Basically what they're saying is, because of the health benefits, you're going to be getting it a lot more easily, and it's in food, in cakes, in drinks, which you can get it.
Coffee, in the supermarket.
Yeah, have a quick read, see if there's anything you want to tell them that's on there. It is part of a wider trend, according to
Restaurants,
Chris
cafes and shops that provide food and drinks containing beep beep are set to rise. We also expect there to be an increase in products such as infused sparkling water and coffee in supermarkets. Oh, so you can buy it anywhere. Should be less road rage then.
You can get it, and vape as well.
Yeah.
But you do have to be careful because it's an oil. That's what a lot of the fuss is in America with it. The oil's causing problems with lungs.
If you're eating it, it's not going to hurt you.
No, that's on that. So I think there's going to be quite a bit more of that springing up on Charlie Bravo Dexter.
Yes.
What's the D in the phonetic alphabet?
Delta.
Oh, Delta, that's it. Yeah.
That's what I told you.
Dexter sounds better.
Dexter's Laboratory. Remember that cartoon?
Environmental concerns will affect how we eat, which we've just gone into once with that. But it says cooks predict an uplift in local and seasonal eating. Yes, they should. Not political again, but with Brexit happening, then why don't the government make us grow us more of his own stuff?
Or at least make British vegetables and things in the shops more easy accessible.
The thing I think will happen is if we grow more of our own veg, they're just going to whack the prices up and say, it costs us more to produce it.
Well, surely that's better than a field sitting empty.
Yeah, so I'll just say, make sure there's a certain amount you can add to the cost, and that's it. And people, if it's 10p for a bag of carrots more, then I'd buy the British ones.
The thing is, it's not the man who's producing the carrots that's putting those prices on. It's the supermarkets.
Well, yeah.
The person who's actually produced those carrots at 50p a bag probably only gets 2p.
And it's stuff that the government do with levies and stuff and everything.
Yeah.
So if they really wanted to do it, then they'd make sure it'd work for growing our own food. That's the seasonal one done. These are still on the trends. Plant-based flexitarian eating. You can do that one. I've done that one.
According to the Vegan Society, the number of vegans in Britain has quadrupled. They say statistics indicate vegans and vegetarians will make up a quarter of the population, and flexitarians who follow a mostly plant-based diet, half by 2025. Flexitarians could have a big impact on restaurant menus, according to Michelin chef Paul Wellborn from the Oxford Kitchen. I think 2020 will see a huge increase in, where's the next page? Restaurant guests who don't like a vegan lifestyle requesting vegan dishes because they want to make flexible changes to their life. Well, why not? Yep, go on then.
I think if they made it tasty, then you wouldn't mind.
Most times I prefer.
I think a lot of people that are meat eaters are just stubborn. That they think, I'm not going to try it because it's vegan or it's vegetarian. I like my meat. I want to eat my meat, and they won't even try something different. It don't mean you've got to constantly eat it. But
if I eat meat, I would rather have a smaller piece of meat but a better cut, rather than having a great big stew. Let's have a little stew, but have it with the best meat that you can afford.
Health conscious eating. I think yet again the interest in health conscious dishes and people taking a lot more responsibility for what they eat will grow. Well, I think that's already happening now.
Yeah.
For a lot of people. And I think you find it's more younger ones. More A, because it's more trendy to be like that. And B, older people like me are stuck in the routine and think, I ain't swapping the whole lot now. I liked it, I've had it this long and I'll keep eating it.
Oh no, I'm all for change. If it makes you feel better, then go for it.
And this is the last one from BBC. Dry, I think that means alcoholic dry, no alcohol, soft drinks will be a thing. In America, drinks like flavoured seltzers, enough for your stomach, alka. Yeah. Hop sodas, nitro cold brews and fermented teas have been popular for years, and we're starting to see similar products here. He continues, low and no alcohol cocktails are also on the rise. Ooh, that don't bode well for live streaming on a Saturday. This has been a big point of discussion over the past couple of years. Big flavours and low ABVs. Now, I can't remember what it is. ABV. Simon on Real Ale Craft Channel did say something to do with the bitterness in it. The accepted bitter value or something like that. So it's what bitterness comes through in the drink. More and more bars adopting the curious and creative approach to non-alcoholic cocktails that has previously been reserved for their alcoholic siblings. Right, that's it on that. So we're saying that. It does say somewhere that they expect to see alcohol-free bars popping up.
I think that's a good idea. The younger generation nowadays don't go out and get drunk like we used to.
So this is from Metro, which I think is a London-based paper or something like that.
You can get it on the buses.
Right, last decade saw plenty of new food terms enter our vocabulary. This is last decade, not last year. Because we're in a new decade now, if you haven't twigged. From the cronut, we've already gone into that one, to courgette. Now, Slimming World members watching this will know what that is.
I know what that is. I even bought a spiraliser.
If you don't know what it is, tell them, because you have it and I hate it.
It's courgette spaghetti. So you get a courgette, put it in this machine, turn the handle, and out the other end comes spirals of courgette, just like spaghetti. One courgette does a massive...
It's good if you're losing weight, but it's just got no flavour. It's not like spaghetti.
Oh, it's quite nice if you put it in garlic.
Chili sauce.
Or chili sauce, yeah.
Right, but with a new year, a new decade to look forward to, there's a whole bunch of new things to try. Try. An old thing that you won't try is haggis. Come on, try it. Review website Yelp. Zeus must have invented that. He yelps when he gets something stuck in his foot. As predicted, some of the things that are set to be big in the food. Well, I think that should be big.
Set to be big.
In the food and drink world, in the next 12 months, they look at words and phrases that were rising in popularity in reviews between 2018 and 2019. They then narrowed the list down by looking at the mention rate over the last 3 years to give an idea of trends that are getting bigger and bigger. Although most of the trends are based on data in the US, that's a surprise, isn't it? They'll hopefully spread across the Atlantic to us too. So, first one. Now, there should be a picture pop up of a couple of these, if I can get it sorted. I've got time to put it in. So, souffle pancakes. These do look quite nice as well as the pictures come up. A Japanese invention, the fluffy pancakes were mentioned in a Yelp review in the US last September. Reviews for dishes like souffle pancakes have increased by 156.2% in the last year. And if the picture is up there, you'll see why they look nice, and I might even try them. Oh, I can't. The next one is down to there. Yeah, you can read that one.
That's basically the non-alcoholic cocktails.
I've had a note to do with that.
Yeah, all just mocktails. So all different cocktails, no alcohol.
And the next one?
Nashville hot chicken. That's just a spicy chicken.
Yeah, that sounds like our boat though. And it looks quite nice. But it's basically, it's got to be fried, isn't it?
It's going to be, yeah.
In spices, but I assume because it's Nashville, it's going to be, I don't know, Cajun spices and stuff like that.
It originated in Nashville, but it's being heard of now in Louisville, Kentucky, Birmingham and Alabama, so it's spreading. This is very American.
Like well, they've said they look at the trends in America and then they come over here. So if that's the case, why don't we get a pastrami sandwich that's that big? Instead of getting 2 bits on 2 bits of bread and then charging you a
all
$5.
end up this big.
Now, I don't know how to pronounce this. Ube or Ubi, U-B-E. There is a picture that should come up. Yelp says this purple vegetable from the Philippines is the new matcha. So does that mean we're going to get Ubi purple Kit Kat? Or Ube purple Kit Kat?
I don't know.
Because you get matcha green tea Kit Kat. It can be used in everything from ice cream to donuts. Look like purple ice cream. And creating healthier comfort food. I don't know about that. The trend of swapping carb heavy components for vegetables is set to continue. Yelp predicts, I think that should be till 2020. They've had a couple of typos on there.
Yeah.
2020 to be the year of the cauliflower, and say people are increasingly searching for things like cauliflower mashed potatoes and cauliflower pizza. Ugh.
Cauliflower rice I can do, but it's got to be a damn hot curry, so I can't taste the cauliflower.
I mean, cauliflower mashed potatoes. It'd be nice if you put the cauliflower in the spuds and mashed it.
Yeah,
that's not low
that's
carb.
what they mean, not instead of. It can't be instead of.
I don't know, because it would be watery, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Unless you grill it, and I don't know.
No. Yeah, but then you roast sprouts. If you roast sprouts, they're sweet.
Yeah. And the last one on here, for food trends, Korean food has already grown in popularity, but Yelp predicts it's going to get bigger in the next year. I'm looking forward to trying more Korean food.
Cause, the noodles are Korean.
Yeah, all I know at the minute on Korean food is noodles.
Yeah.
And I like spicy noodles. So, it'd be interesting to see what else they cook, but not if you don't have to do it out there like China and that. I don't think of bringing me scorpions and stuff. With grubs on sticks, because I ain't doing it.
We should have a look and do a cook-along or cook a Korean meal, see what it's like.
Yeah, we'll have a look and we'll do a video on one.
Yeah.
On a Korean one. A proper Korean meal, not just noodles. It might be noodle based, but it'll be proper flavours from Korea.
Yeah.
And there is, I actually messaged somebody today, I am going to be getting a proper, full-on, authentic Thai noodle recipe.
Ah, so that's another one then.
And that is from Simon's missus, who's over here from Thailand. She went and bought a load of stuff on Saturday when we were at the store, and she was chuffed that she found somewhere she could get proper Thai ingredients. And it's going to be similar, I would imagine, to that yo-yo Laos sauce, because she bought fish sauce and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to send him a text and say I want a recipe this coming Saturday for a proper Thai dish. Preferably not noodles, because I want to try something different.
Yeah.
And see what she comes up with, and we're going to have a look at some Korean stuff as well. So, pick the bones out of that lot then.
Ain't no fish, ain't no bones.
There is one on there. I've lost the sheet now. It was to do with, they called it, it's fish basically. And what they're saying is that because of the health and global emissions and meat and stuff, that they think you're going to start to see now. I don't know if it means supermarkets. It'll start in restaurants, no doubt, first, and then the supermarkets will jump on the bandwagon. But you'll start to see things like fish sausages and prawn sausages.
But I thought the sea was already short on fish.
I don't know, but it's saying that for health and greenhouse emissions and all this, that you're going to start to see more stuff that you assume is traditionally meat, like steaks. People will have tuna steak instead.
Yeah, like a tuna steak.
No, that's good. Oh, well and good. But when a supermarket thinks it's an in trend, then that's it. Put a £5 on it. A tuna steak, that's £6 for a fiddle. Why? Because it's in at the minute. It's trendy, and people will buy it because it's trendy.
I'd have no problem paying that if.
I would, when I can buy half a cow for the same price.
No, I'd have no problem paying that if the price or the difference in what I thought it should cost to what it costs now was going to, keeping the sea better.
Just pass me them sheets. I'll try to see if I can find it, what it's called.
For the environment, I'd do it.
So, it says, I don't know if that's pronounced right, sea cutery. Think salmon or octopus salami. That's alright. Octopus is nice, but it has to be cooked right, otherwise it's like chewing on a tyre. And I have actually went to a sushi bar, and it was nice, but you get the flavour from the sauces you dip it in, because fresh fish ain't got a lot of taste. Not octopus, cuttlefish was really nice. They flash fry it in front of you. That is so tender. And the octopus I was chewing on for about 20 minutes and then just swallowed it in the end, because I didn't want to go boom on the table, because it just weren't going anywhere. Swordfish ham, that would be nice, but again, I bet they'll charge you like £6 for 2 slices. And shellfish sausages, easy for me to say. So that'd be prawn sausages. That'd be nice if it was prawn and chilli and stuff like that. This is a reimagining of charcuterie. I've never heard of that. Using seafood instead of meat. A trend that started in Australia. It incorporates pickling, fermenting, smoking and aging. Says a representative of Waitrose. So yeah, that's going to be cheap, isn't it? It's likely to become more popular as chefs and enthusiastic cooks begin to add value to fish in ways they've done with meat for years. I'm all for that because I love fish. Fish curry is really nice, and prawn curry is really nice. So, that is what we've got. A lot of it was to do with environment that I've noticed this week again, that they're banging on about, which is right, yeah, look after the environment, but pull your finger out and get it sorted then, and don't use it as an excuse to rip people off. Burns night, get your haggis, we're having ours in a bit.
Get your whiskey.
I ain't having whiskey, I had enough for last night.
Yeah, we did.
And healthy eating, well, I don't know about that, because I can't eat a lot of veg, but certain veg I can. And I don't mind stir fries.
Got stir fry tomorrow.
I've got hot and spicy chicken nuggets in the freezer. Well, chicken wings.
Yeah, you can have them then. I'll have my
Did we eat all of the Carolina Reaper ones?
Yes.
Ugh, Damn it.
All gone.
I only had 2.
You lying toad.
So, that's that on that one. We're going to be ferreting through to find more stuff of not just food trends and not environmental. We want to find stories of a recipe that's been doing the rounds and stuff like that, problems that people have found in food or things like that. So,
what have you got out for review next week?
Next week we have...
What reviews are coming up?
Now, next week, I said February, however you want to say it, in Feb, we're going to be dropping down to a review on a Monday, a Wednesday and a Friday. There may be one crop up Tuesday, Thursday, but it'll be a dinner time one, something quick for a dinner, like noodles and stuff like that. Saturdays will be the live, most Saturdays, so keep a lookout. Click the notification bell if you've not, because it will send you a message, or it should, that we are going live, so you ain't got to keep looking on there to see if we are. Hoping this coming week to get a guest in on Saturday. Just depends if the ones that we're asking have got the cameras sorted out and everything, and we can actually get it to work. But for review, Sunday again, next week will be the same as today, but not the same, different stuff.
If we can find anything. So what have you got during the week?
So, Monday. What's the date today? Yes, that one.
No, it's just
So, we've got Asda habanero sauce, hot and spicy. Watch the review. We've got mahi peri peri sauce. We've got Aldi sweet. Have we done that one? Did I rush that one through? No, I didn't. It was the other one we did.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not gone up yet. Aldi sweet chili pizza. Watch that one. And then there may be some noodles cropping up at dinner time on a couple of days. They're your 3 main reviews coming up this week, unless I see something that's new that I think that looks really good. We've got to do a review, and if it's new, we may drop one of these out and put it in its place because we think you're going to like it more. But if not, you've got the 3 Asda habanero sauce, mahi peri peri sauce, and Aldi's sweet chili pizza coming up this week.
And possibly them barges you're cooking.
But yes, Saturday Night Live on next Saturday. We are doing, don't turn your nose up again, haggis, neeps and tatty barges. So instead of the onion, you may have a bit of onion in there still, and then you fry them and you've got just onion barges. These will have haggis, neeps, tatties and a bit of onion in. And we are going to be, hopefully, cooking that live on Saturday. We'll have to fit it in before or after the guest comes in, if we do get a guest in.
They don't take long to cook.
But yeah, well, prepare everything. I'm not going to show you me preparing it and that. I'll just show you we've got these grated that, so that it's not going to drag that out and we don't have time to speak to the guest and everything.
Take all night cooking.
It'll just show you what's going in it, show you how I make the batter, all in, frying a few and trying them. Frying a few and trying a lot.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Lots of chili sauce.
So that's what's coming up this week. If you like the looks of this Sunday night WIFFY, drop your comments, and if you want us to research anything, you've seen any stories and think, yeah, I shouldn't mind them talking about that and looking into that, then drop that in your comments and let us know. Say, hey, can you have a look at this, and let us know your thoughts on it. Yep. And let us know if you think it's interesting to sit and watch news about food and not just doom and gloom on the news on the TV.
Yeah, it can be quite boring.
Because we will get some funny bits in here as well. Not tonight, because it was a bit rushed tonight.
Yeah, it was rushed, to be fair.
Because we've sorted some stuff out, but then with one thing and another, we didn't have time to put it out properly. But so let us know on that. Drop your comments in. Do let us know if you want us to check something out for you. And that is WIFFY gone.
Really?
No.
No.
WIFFY's gone for this week. Drop your comments. And don't forget, if you're not subscribed and you're checking this out, subscribe. And click the notification bell. That's important so you know when we go live. And like the videos if you like them. If you don't, you want to be mean, stick a thumbs down. We don't mind. We're easy going.
Happy days.
And that's it. We're done. We shall catch you soon.
See you soon.